and inclusion. Haddonfield has a policy for outdoor masking. No masks are required. It's been around for months. It can easily be found with a few clicks on their website. Even in the face of ever-evolving guidance, this district did it well. Their board met and discussed important policy topics in public forums, and they set clear, reasonable standards for the district. They were then transparent about those standards. In Moorestown, there's been very little transparency. Parents are left confused and guessing, and it leads to frustration and divide in our community. We take to Facebook to advocate on social media, where we should really know that nobody is actively listening to us. Tonight, I ask that you foster an inclusive culture by making eye contact, listening to me actively, nodding your heads, and appreciating my smile. Parents are worried you are too reactive, that we do not have solid plans for return to school next year, and many, including myself, are worried that our kids are going to be wearing masks. We know you have to follow governor's orders, but we'd like to see you be more reasonable when there is flexibility, to take a stance and make a decision. Be proactive. But our experience from this year doesn't give us faith in your leadership to set clear and transparent standards or masks or any other important topics that will be covered in the return to school plan we will hear about. We've experienced spending hours discussing double PPE, moving targets like indoor dining capacity, no mandated mask breaks, masks were required outdoors, even when they were long not required by government standards. So we just don't have faith. Time and time again, because there were no top-down, clear and transparent standards on important topics like outdoor masking or mask breaks, we were told to reach out to the superintendent, then told to reach out to the principals, and sometimes even the teacher pods that our students are in. This results in confusion and churn. We do not trust that it will be better in fall. We were worried that the government guidance won't be crystal clear, and once again, this board will not act specifically about masks, but more broadly on lots of important topics critical to reopening. We are worried this board will say, oh, those decisions are operations, and you will give discretion to the superintendent. We will end up in the same sad state of affairs we are in right now: complexity, confusion, and complacency. Tonight, as I look forward to what I really want to be a bright future, I ask this board, and specifically the policy committee, to reevaluate its role and responsibility. Especially with an interim superintendent in place, you cannot give sole decision-making to the super on school reopening plans more broadly, masks, or other important policy decisions. We are tired of the wait-and-see approach. We are tired of the bare minimum. We need inclusive platforms for parents to weigh in on important topics, and we need to see this board deliberate on topics in a public forum. We need standards that are reasonable and based on science and logic. We need your leadership as we head into the fall. In conclusion, we need you to start being proactive in your planning, foster a culture of transparency and inclusion, and start making decisions in the best interest of kids. In the spirit of transparency, I respectfully ask for you to answer the question posed by Andrea Lawson about whether you were or were not wearing masks when you met in private session. And if you were not wearing masks, I would like to understand what you're citing for not wearing masks. You have a responsibility to set a tone at the top, foster the behavior you want to see, and I'd like an answer. Time is up, please.